Hi, welcome back. In today's lesson, we will cover the essentials of audio in Premiere Pro and what are the best practices for your CA. The topics that will be covered would be audio gain, audio adjustment, audio effects and transition, audio synchronization, essential sound. So let's start with a new project and import the working files. You should see 4 folders. Import all of them, expand all the folders, check the items, and you should see the 2 video footages are in 4K. The sample video is in Full HD. Let's open up the sample video.
Particularly those in the younger generation. So we hope that our game provides them a platform where they will find learning their mother tongue language fun.
As demonstrated in the sample video, there are 2 different camera angles with one dialogue. This is a master shot. This is a close-up. How do we ensure the recorded audio synchronized to the 2 cameras? Before we go into audio synchronization, let's start with some good practices. Always check your audio gain in all your audio files before you start working on audio sync. So let's check our 2 most important audio files here, which is the audio recording via an external audio recorder and our music track here. Let's double click and see our audio waveform for the original audio rec. So as you can see from here, if I were to scrub through, it's actually slightly above -6. Right click on the clip, select audio gain. Check the peak amplitude. Currently it's at 0, so I'm going to apply -6. So you notice my waveform gets better, but however, I think it's rather soft. I'm going to undo. So this time I'm going to press G again. I'm going to put about -3. So now it should pick quite well. You're going to hit above, slightly below -6. Next one I'm going to touch on is the music sound file. You notice that it's actually peaking throughout. So I'm going to press G and check the peak amplitude. It's actually -0.2. So I'm going to apply -3 as well. So I think it's still manageable. This is where I'm going to start my audio sync. If you have more than 1 camera angle to sync, select the audio clip, select the camera angles, right click, and select Create Multi-Cam Source Sequence. You will have so-called a default naming convention. You can leave it as it is. Synchronize point, we are interested in the audio, and you can leave to track 1. So this is the track channel 1 as a reference. For sequence presets, we will always leave it as automatic, provided the recorded devices are of the same resolution. If they are not, then you may have to choose a sequence preset to match both of them. So by default, your Move Source Clips to Process clip bins has been enabled. I will uncheck because I prefer it not to be moved to another bin. It's easier for you to view the original clip. Where does it belong to? Next is under the sequence settings. You have 3 options: camera 1, all cameras, and switch audio. I suggest to select camera 1 because it will make the timeline neater with just 1 audio track. As for audio channels preset, select to automatic. And the last one, the camera names, you can leave it as the default or you can use the clip names. My preference is to use the clip names. Then I will press OK. Do bear in mind is that before you start your audio sync, your clapping sound must be loud to register a good waveform in the audio recording device. If not, then you will not have a very successful audio syncing. So you notice that a new clip has been formed and a new icon for the clip as well. I'm going to double click on this clip. You'll notice on the source monitor, on top of having a single source of audio, which is a good audio, you'll see 2 views, a Cam A view and a Cam B view. So basically, you are able to drag and drop any of this view to the timeline and it will show that view. So for example, here, if I will drag in, they will show this view. And for me to change to another view, I can just easily right click on the clip and look for multi-camera. And then I can reselect the views to be present in the program monitor. This is how you can quickly do an audio sync for multi-camera setup. Just a note, create multi-cam source sequence is not limited to multi-cam. You can do it for single camera as well. I'm going to show you how to do a merge clip. It's for a single source file. I'm going to select audio clip and Cam B. Right click, I select merge clips. The name will be as per default. Under the synchronize point, I'll leave it as audio, track 1. They have another option here, which is to use audio timecode, which we don't use. So we can leave it as it is. And they have another option called the remove audio from AV clip. So it's the same theory like in the create multi-cam source sequence, is that if you remove the audio from AV clip, you will only have one single source from the better audio. I'm going to double click.
Not accustomed to using their mother tongue language.
You can see that source audio file has been replaced by the audio recorded audio. So that's how you can do a single cam with a audio clip. So now what's the advantage of the multi-cam? So let me demonstrate how we can actually make the views from one angle to another angle. All I need is to split the video clip into two using the razor tool. After which, as I demonstrated just now, just right click on the clip on the timeline, go to multi-cam, and then you just select the second view. So as you were to scrub across, it will actually have a very nice seamless cut across. So let's say, for example, I've trimmed the clip here. And what if I'm going to mix with another background music? I'm going to bring in the background music now. So just a quick orientation. In order to listen to certain track at certain time, you can either use the mute track, okay? Then you can listen to the music. Or if you decide not to use a mute track, you can use a solo track. Okay, let's say I want to just listen to the voiceover.
In Singapore,
I just click on the solo. So basically solo is just for the solo, the track that you wish to listen to. So other than that, how do I adjust the volume for individual clip? So what you can do is that you can double tap here. Okay, you can see a little line in between. So basically this line is the volume for the clip. So you can drag it down. You can see the decibel is going down. So I can silence the clip. So if I have to play back, you can't hear the voiceover. So this is for the two tracks.
So we hope that our game
the
provides them a platform where they will find learning their mother tongue language fun, as well as help them.
So always revert back to 0. Okay, next off, what if I just want to complete this clip and fade in and out? Just right click and can apply the default transition. So I'm going to apply both the transition for the end of the clip, and I'm going to apply for the start of the clip again. So basically this is how it sounds like.
Okay, so we wanted to encourage widen their vocabulary.
So it won't end abruptly. So these are transition. What if I want to have more control over the fade in and out? So there's options as well. Just bear in mind that you must go to the timeline display settings to enable show audio keyframes. Expand the height of the audio, expand the length as well. Once you select the pen tool, I'll put in a keyframe. I'll indicate that the starting of it is at 0 and it slowly fade in with the music. Okay, this is for the voice, by the way. So that means to say that I can hear something like this.
So we wanted to encourage bilingualism in Singapore, as well as help those who are unmotivated to learn their.
You notice now the music is slightly louder. So what I'm going to do is I can also duck the music slightly lower when she's talking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a keyframe again. So at first it's louder. Okay, then later on I'll just bring it down slightly. All right, as she's talking, the volume of the sound clip will be softer. Okay, let's listen.
So we wanted to encourage bilingualism.
So this is just a quick demo to show you that you can manually control the volume by using keyframes, but make sure that your timeline display settings has enabled the show audio keyframes. All right, next I'm going to introduce the audio workspace. A good practice before you start trimming the clips is to assign the audio to the various audio type by using these tags like dialogue, music, SFX, and ambience. Basically, they are just effects that has been created to fall under this kind of category of audio type. Let's listen to this audio track now. Let's solo this.
Help those who are unmotivated.
So you can hear this is the original sound without any effects being applied. I can apply a dialogue tag to it. And under the dialogue tag itself, I have many choices. I can have background, wala wala, female voice, male voice, etc. So if I were to choose this voice, for example, female voice, you see what it does is that they have applied certain parameters to it, like loudness. They have applied repair. Some parameters has been applied. Okay, they have applied clarity, for example, to 5. So if you to listen to the track, sometimes
I'm motivated to learn their mother tongue.
It may not be as suitable. So you still need to do some refinement over here, like drag down the dynamics a little bit to make it sound better.
To learn their mother tongue language.
Okay. And then how about the EQ? Let's check on the EQ. So they say subtle boost of female, enhanced speech, high tone or low tone. Let's say I try for low tone.
Language, which is usually those in the young.
I think the low tone sounds better. Okay, so basically you can apply all this and you can always clear the audio type anytime. So let's say the music track has been selected. Now under the music track, I can tag as under music. So under music, again, there are various presets. For example, they have the balanced background music, they have dark against everything, hard vocal darking, smooth vocal darking. So what is darking? Audio darking is basically temporarily reduce the media playback volume when the voiceover speaks. Just now I've demonstrated the manual way. There's an auto way by choosing this formatting here. So I'm going to show you quickly how you can do that. Trim this slightly further. Trim this slightly further.
In Singapore, as well as help those who are.
Of course, the volume of the music is too strong. The manual way is to use pen tool. Basically, I use a pen tool and quickly dark over here, indicate some keyframes, and I can start darking. So that's the manual way. But however, in the essential sounds, as long as you have tagged the voice and the background music as music, they do have an option whereby you can dark it automatically. So with this so-called option being chosen now, you have to enable darking. Also called, they have an option to say that what do you want to dark against. So I'm going to dark against with the dialogue. Okay, of course you can dark against music clips and etc. You can adjust the parameters first, like the sensitivity, how much darkening amount, and the fade, and then I'll generate keyframes. See, they will create the keyframes for me, and if I were to play back now,
in Singapore, as well as help those who are unmotivated.
Okay, if you think that it's too loud, you can undo. It's either you can undo or you can just bring it down lower.
In Singapore, as well as help those who are unmotivated to learn their mother tongue language.
So that's all for me. I hope you enjoy this lesson and hope it's useful for your CA. See you.